we've got another book today. This is one of my favourites, Wanted, The Perfect Pet. And this book is by Fiona Robertson. So I wonder, what's the perfect pet going to be? Let's read the blurb and we can try and see. Once upon a time, there lived a boy called Henry. What Henry wanted more than anything in the world, more than chips, more than a cowboy costume, more than an all expenses paid trip to the moon, was a dog. Let's find out, does he get a dog? Wanted, the perfect pet. Chapter 1. The Boy. Once upon a time, there lived a boy called Henry. Hello. What Henry wanted more than anything else in the whole wide world, more than chips, more than a cowboy costume, more than an all expenses paid trip to the moon, more even than world peace itself, was a dog. But Henry, said his mother, you already have 27 different varieties of frog. Surely they are enough. No, said Henry sternly, they are boring. All they do is hop and gribbet. I want a pet with personality. I want a dog with floppy ears and a waggy tail and a soft wet nose and a warm furry tongue. Look, all of that's been labelled on the dog. A dog that can catch balls that I throw, that can learn fantastic new tricks, and that I can chase around trees. Because it's common knowledge, said Henry, that a dog is the perfect pet for a boy. So he decided to advertise. Here it's here in the newspaper along with all the other advertisements. Wanted, the perfect pet, also known as a dog, must have a waggy tail, floppy ears, soft wet nose and a warm furry tongue. Should be able to learn fantastic new tricks, preferably house trained, apply in person to Mr. Henry, the Pond House, 24 Tadpole Lane, Little Griplington, or call 01 362 2341, evening and weekends only. And then he waited. Chapter 2. The Duck. Once upon a time there lived a duck. He didn't have a name. He lived all alone, far, far away, at the top of a cold and windy hill. Nobody ever wrote, nobody ever called, and nobody ever emailed. He went to the movies and played ping pong and watched the sun rise, the sun float somewhere about in the middle, and the sun set all by himself, every single day. It wasn't much fun. But then one day he opened up this paper and he saw, Wanted, the perfect pet. I'm not a dog, he thought, but if I was a dog, I could have a friend at last. A friend to have tea with, to go to the movies with, and to play ping pong with. A friend to watch the sun rise, the sun float about somewhere in the middle, and the sun set with. So with a pair of old socks, an egg box and some string, he created the perfect disguise. You see, he's created himself. What has he become? Then he packed his things and set off on a long journey to meet the boy. Chapter 3. The Discovery. Ding dong! A dog, yelled Henry. Woof, said the duck. Henry had never been so excited. The duck had never been happier. However, Henry's dog wasn't very good at catching balls. He wasn't very good at learning new tricks. And when he chased Henry around the trees, he waddled, and he slipped, and he tripped, and his soft wet nose and his floppy ears and tail fell off. Henry was stunned. The duck slowly stood up. A single fat tear rolled down his beak and plopped on the ground in front of him. I am sorry, I'm not a dog, admitted the duck. I am just a duck. I do not have floppy ears, or a waggy tail, or a soft wet nose, or even a warm furry tongue, he said sadly. Oh, said Henry disappointedly. No, you don't? Henry thought for a moment, and then he picked up the duck and carried him home. What do you think's going to happen next? He gave the duck a nice hot bath and a cup of tea. He took down his enormous book of incredibly interesting things. He looked under D. He made a list. Duck skills. I can dive underwater and can hold his breath, swim and float on water. Fun in a bath, at beach and useful for hunting for sunken treasure. Fishing or fetching things I've dropped in a swimming pool. Can fly. Could put on an aeronautical show to earn extra pocket money. Also good skills for getting kites and frisbees and other items out of the trees and next door's garden. And for drawing maps and spying on people. This particular duck is very good at disguises. Must be very clever. Next, building skills excellent for building forts and camps and trees and so on. Space feathers can be used to build Indian headdresses and to tickle little sister with. This duck can talk. It's rare, but not unheard of. Also, wouldn't shed fur, get dog breath, need walking or house trained. Won't eat homework, chew shoes or furniture, and won't pee on the carpet, which he showed to the duck. So you might not be a dog, said Henry happily, but you are certainly not just a duck. In fact, you might be the perfect pet for me. I think I'll call you Spot, said Henry. Quack, said Spot. And look, nice and happily, they're both sleeping on the bed together.